late today? Uh-oh. Hello, everybody. Good morning. I made it, though. I made it. I couldn't find my tripod, by the way. Or, like, at least the stand that puts the phone up. I know where it was. Anyways, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Morning Medley number 139. It's Wednesday. Wow, and the street sweepers are back. We're back to sweeping streets. Gonna start today off with a medley of signals. Starting with Winterheart. Good morning, Maddie. Good morning, Potato Gaming. Good morning, Kid James. Hi, Ava. Hi, Jordan. Hi, Darius. I'm doing okay, kid. How are you doing? Everything in working order? Do you feel healthy? That picnic sounds fun. Potato Gaming. Please put away the rest of your things, Ava. You'll be happy once you do. Oh, also congratulations on your move. The chicken is marinating. Cyber, there's always chicken marinating in my fridge. I thought about that recently. I used to say that all the time. I have some chicken marinating in the fridge. I'm gonna make some chicken later because there's some marinating in the fridge. I don't think there's ever not chicken marinating in my fridge. It's kind of my default at this point, I suppose. Good morning, by the way, Cyber. appreciate that. That song's called Love Letters. This next one's called Signals. Jordan says, oh, Jordan's talking about the Pokemon video. I did read that comment already. Also, Potato says, would you classify poultry as meat? Well, Potato, I feel like there's only so many classifications of the things we eat, right? Fruits, vegetable, grain, meat. Yeah, so I consider any animal meat. I don't think animals are fruits or anything like that. So yeah, I would consider poultry meat. I know there's some people that don't. I don't get that. I don't know what they think meat is. Yeah, poultry is meat, human is meat, dog is meat, fish is meat. I know a lot of people go, fish isn't meat, but it is meat though. I'm not trying to shatter anybody's reality. I feel like it's still meat. You can have your own moral reasons for not eating other animals but eating fish, but it doesn't mean it's not meat. It's still meat now. You can't change the classification of something based off of your like moral attitude towards it. Yeah, chicken is meat. Sorry, that was a very long way of answering your yes or no question, Potato Gaming. Sorry, chicken is meat. Good morning. Oh, good morning. Is it Adela Tuna? Hello, Wildflowers. Welcome back. Potato Gaming says, I eat kosher, so when one says they don't eat a calf with its mother's milk and chickens don't make milk, it would make sense if you have milk with chicken, right? You lost me, Potato Gaming. I might have to reread that comment. It read like a riddle for some reason. I eat kosher, so when one says, "Don't eat a calf with its mother's milk," and chickens don't make milk, it would make sense if I could have milk with chicken, right? I am not the best person to ask because I'm not kosher. I'm not somebody that like only eats kosher things. So even that expression you said when you said "don't eat a calf with its mother's milk," I don't even know what that. I've never heard that before. This is the first time I've ever heard that, Potato Gaming. But yeah, I suppose since chickens don't make milk, yeah, I guess you could do that. But I don't feel like I'm in the authority on that to be able to make that judgment call. Cyber says my plan is to make my chicken sandwiches for dinner. Do you measure the temperature with your oil when cooking, or do you just wait till it bubbles? It doesn't even bubble. Here's the thing, Cyber. Here is the thing. When I cook, what kind of bird is that? It sounds awful. It's the only. Can you guys hear that? It's like not even a pitch or anything. Anyways, oh, it's getting. Oh, so that's what they look like. Okay, my cooking. I don't really do anything consistently, and this even applies to my smoothies, right? Like, yeah, I freeze my yogurt in these little ice trays, so there's always the same amount of frozen yogurt roughly in my smoothies. But as far as fruit, I kind of just throw it in until it like looks right, and this means that there's a pretty huge margin of error and inconsistency. And the same thing happens with chicken when I'm frying chicken. So every time I make the batter, I kind of just make it right there. I don't really use measuring cups. I'm just like, oh, throw in some flour, cayenne pepper, normal pepper, I don't know, some Cajun seasoning. Here's some, yeah, I just throw everything into a bowl, and then I stir with a fork, and then I start getting my thing on. And then when I fry it, I put it in a pan, but I have a very old gas-powered stove, so there's not really a proper low, medium, high. It's kind of just you turn the knob until the flame is really big or until the flame is really small, and there's not a lot of range in between the size of the flame. It's like either this big or it's this big, and you kind of just have to go like, I don't know, this feels right. And so I kind of just turn it until the flame's like yay big, not all the way as high as it can go, just like yay big. And then the oil is not bubbling actually when I put the chicken in. The oil's just chilling. And then I put the chicken in, and then it starts bubbling once I put the chicken in. But I also should clarify that when I cook chicken, I cook a very thin, you saw it in the video, it's a very thin cut of chicken. I feel like the margin of error with chicken becomes greater, the margin of error with chicken is greater the bigger the chicken piece is. So I cook smaller, thinner slices of chicken if I'm making a sandwich. Or if I'm just trying to make chicken, I'll usually cut it into smaller pieces, almost like popcorn chicken, and then fry it that way. Seems to work out better. Hello, Liana, and welcome to stream number 139. Yes, indeed. So, if you guys heard yesterday's quarantine. It was using those chords that I talked about using for a while, and I never got around to using these ones. Yeah, bro, I actually remembered it. that chord progression, I should say. That was a chord progression that I've been playing on the stream for quite some time, and I wanted to put into a quarantine, and it finally ended up coming out in the 8th one. Yo, where was Twinkle, Liana? Liana is talking about in the most recent quarantine I brought Twinkle back, which was a MIDI fighter, um, not really a preset, like a MIDI fighter patch that I made, I guess, in the past. Do you remember what other song I used it in? And hello, Opal. I'm sorry, I didn't say good morning to you yet. I feel like you use it in older songs. Oh, I meant like a specific video. The weird thing is, Leona, sometimes when it comes to putting the tags on, ooh, I am hungry. Sometimes when it comes to putting the tags on those videos that I have, it's hard. Like obviously, if I'm playing this, I know the tag that I'm gonna put on that is piano. You know, on the top. How does this appear to you guys? Is this the top left corner? In the top left corner, there would be like a little caption here that said piano, and like Harlow, bold italic. And sometimes when I'm doing like MIDI fighter videos, I'm like, I don't even know what to call this sound. I can't call it MIDI fighter because that's technically not I mean, it's an instrument, but it's not a sound, right? It would be like if I did this and I called it keyboard. You know, I want to have a... So if I'm playing this, I would put sax in the top left corner. I would put saxophone, even though it's not really a saxophone. That is the sound I'm using. And so sometimes when I make the MIDI fighter ones, and it's just like some weird synthesized sound that I've made, I'm like, I don't know what to call this without getting super pedantic and making it long and like not fun to read, so I'll just put a name like Sparkles or Twinkles. I just go off of like what it feels like when I hear it. But that sound, in case anybody in the stream was producers and they were wondering, the sound for the MIDI fighter in Easy Go, the quarantine from yesterday, is a square wave layered with a square wave layered with a pulse wave with portamento and actually a glockenspiel on it. So when you hear the like bum 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 bum, that's like it's actually layered of different sounds. You can hear a bell if you listen close enough, and you can also hear the synth underneath it. That's where the MIDI fighter sound came from. Also, someone further up in the stream said that they had went and watched the video to Button Willow and that they liked it. Thank you for actually going and doing that. I appreciate that. I do really appreciate that because not a lot of people are digging back. Again, just reminding everybody that's in the stream, if you do enjoy the streams and you're having a good time, please like the stream. It would help me greatly. Moving on to Mystery Persona's question, they say, can you tell us the story of how Button Willow was made? Yes, Mystery Persona. 2016. How long ago is that? Where are we? Where are we? 2016, 4 years ago. 4 years ago, me and a friend of mine, who's also a musician, that at the time went by Celadon City, he now goes by Academy Garden. Check out his music, it's amazing. It's great. He was staying at my house. I used to have a lot of people that would come and like just stay at my house for a few days, a few weeks, a couple of months back in 2016. And it was called House of Omni. And anytime an artist would stay here, we would spend their time here making a project, whether it was a song or a little like animation video or even like poetry, short stories. We would just work on stuff, photo shoot. And me and at the time Celadon City, their name is Ethan, so I'm just gonna for the rest of this story refer to Academy Garden as Ethan. Me and Ethan made a song together. The thing was, at the time, I was making very cutesy, energetic music, and Ethan was making ambient music. For those of you that have been following my music into more recently, you know that I've even dabbled in ambient stuff now, but at the time I had no idea how to make ambient music. So me and Ethan tried to make a collaboration with our kind of conflicting styles, and we finally rested on a song that was called Embrace. Some people might know the song Embrace in this stream. I feel like Cyber does. I want to say Maddie might. Sounds like that. Anyways, I had a song called Embrace with Ethan. A few years went by. Me and Ethan didn't really have a falling out, but Ethan stopped doing music as frequently to focus on school, and I did the opposite of that. And I was coming out with Lush Dream. Now, Lush Dream, if you listen to the first few seconds of it, the first chord that you hear, that's the chord from Embrace. And it's not only the chord from Embrace, it is the song Embrace. I took the song Embrace and I chopped it up and I sampled it. So the main two chords from Button Willow, this one and this one, are from that song. So I took Embrace and I chopped it up and I added a bunch of reverb to it and I reversed certain sections of it. But I didn't detune it. I didn't retune it. So those chords remain the same. So if you go and you listen to Embrace and you listen to Button Willow, you can see the similarities there. And so when making Button Willow, I sampled and chopped up a lot of my songs, but the one with Celadon City ended up sounding the coolest. I found that if you sample songs that are really rich dynamically, for example, if I just take this piano bit that I'm playing and I sample it and slow it down or chop it up and screw it around and reverse it, I can get some pretty interesting sounds. However, if I have this going on, if I have these piano chords going, and then I have like a bass line that's down here, something doing, and then I have strings up on it, and I add brass, and I add vocals, it makes the sound file more rich. So when I'm chopping it and reversing and doing all that weird stuff, I can get some more weird artifacts that previously would be very difficult to attain. So I chopped up the song, I turned it into the song Button Willow. The reason that the song is called Button Willow is because I was doing a lot of back and forth between Southern California and Northern California that year. Hello JH, good morning by the way. I was doing a lot of traveling between Southern California and Northern California. This had a lot to do with work and also work. It was like I was working on commissions and stuff up there, but I was also touring a lot in California. And for those of you that do live here or just familiar with the shape of California, going from Los Angeles to San Francisco is like a 7-ish hour drive. So it's not super convenient. But I was doing it a lot, and after a while I started taking buses to get up there because I was like, this is just putting a ridiculous amount of miles on my car. I started taking Megabus to get up there. And if you're taking the Megabus north to get to if we're taking the Megabus north to get to the bay, it stops at a place called Button If you're taking it south, it does not stop in the same spot. But if you're taking it north, it stops in a town called Buttonwillow. And I was like, what a cool, quaint name. The town itself is horrible. I would never want to live there. It's just a nothing, like, truck stop town. But a very cool name. And at the time of me being in Buttonwillow, the megabus broke down and we ended up having to wait for another megabus to come get us. And most of the people were really, antsy and upset and angry. But I didn't really there was no rush for me, so I just took out my laptop and a Popeyes, there's a Popeyes there that's connected to a gas station, and started working on the track. And I needed an official name for it because I was going to be submitting it to publishing that weekend. And, I just looked up and Buttonwillow was the name of the town that I was in. I was like, that's a pretty cool name. So I ended up calling the song Buttonwillow. And that's a very long and convoluted, but informative story of how Buttonwillow was made. Who asked that again? I don't even remember who asked. But I hope you got the answer you were looking for. Yeah. I love that song. Buttonwillow was actually one of the first times that I was able to attain a certain level of dynamics when chopping my own songs. Which is why if you listen to the song Metro Station off of the same if you listen to the song Metro Station off of the same mixtape, West Dream, you'll hear similarities in there. Metro Station samples Shoto Clone, while Buttonwillow samples Embrace. And they have a very similar style of chopping and editing. And it was because once I finished my trip up to the Bay, I started working on another song, hot off of the heels of Buttonwillow. And I was dropped off from the bus at a metro station, ended up naming the song Metro Station. Sorry, Metrolink. There's a Metrolink station that I ended up naming the song after. And so that is why Buttonwillow and Metrolink sound somewhat similar as far as the way they are made. If you listen to Olympus, which is a track off of a more recent body of work called Quick Breath, you'll hear also a similar production style, but this production style was slightly changed because this was after I had done my first real stint in Japan on tour. And so if you listen to the Buttonwillow stuff, it's kind of like, this is how I edited and chopped samples before Japan. And if you listen to Olympus, it's like, this is what I came back doing. And it's similar, but there are subtle differences there that are pretty informed by some Japanese artists that I spent some time with while I was in Japan. I feel like I've been talking for a solid 30 minutes. Hey, the stream has been 30 minutes long. We're at the 30-minute mark. Maybe I have been talking for 30 minutes. Hey. Oh, the street sweeper's coming. Hey, friend, hold on. Hold on. This song is called Double Lutz, but I'm gonna play it with piccolos? No. Yes? Yes, I am. Is it on the grapevine? I don't think so. There's bells under there. I can hear bells. Okay, so mystery persona. That's an amazing question. The reason that the reason that Liana's saying that it's a loaded question is because, well, me and Pogo aren't exactly on the same side of anything. I know that some of our songs sound the same, particularly Flight Plan. A lot of people have told me Flight Plan sounds like Pogo, and I get it. I see where they're coming from. However, I just don't like Pogo as a person, and I feel bad saying that on like a public video that's gonna get saved. But I don't wanna do this the usual thing where I try to be coy and hold my punches. I just don't like that dude. I want nothing to do with that dude. But if I'm being fair to all parties included, his music is good. It has nothing to do with his music. I just do not like that man. So I will not be collaborating with him probably ever. I'm sorry, Mystery Persona. Um, he does have some good songs though, right? What was I playing? Pogo. Yeah, word up, word up, word up. There's a specific sound that I felt like I had to chill on because of Pogo, which is if you listen to Flight Plan, the road I was going down with Flight Plan, the amount of comments I got that were people that were just like, "Yo, you and Pogo, like you one and the same, baby." Like the amount of comments I was getting that were like that, I was like, maybe I should chill on this sound. Maybe I should go this way. You go that way. I go this way. I'll chill on the whole like me sampling a bunch of just random dialogue to put in songs, but it's so fun. And I was technically doing it before he was. Isn't that wild? I did it first. He just did it bigger. So I become like a Pogo follower if I try to do it. Hello, Sophia. Good morning and welcome to the stream. Is he banned from the U.S.? I actually didn't know that. You know, I didn't know he was banned from the U.S. That's funny. Oh, is King Cake here? Hi, King Cake. Good morning. King Cake is sorry that they're late. No worries. I am. Wow. Oh, that hurts. Oh, it's painful now. Oh, wow. Okay, well. That's fine. That's fine. Ah, okay. Alright. Feeling it. A little tight. A little tight in the shoulders. I'm gonna make the dopest meal after this. And it's not gonna be my marinated chicken. I'm not even gonna go that far. Okay. This song I'm playing next is called Reflection Pool. I started it, but I got sidetracked by the Pogo comment. And I apologize for that. I don't know who Pogo is. I know you're just being genuine, Jordan, in your comment, but the comment sounds really funny to me. King Cake says, um, Pogo's Upular song was pretty good. I like it when artists mix different sounds and voices. Who the flip is Pogo, says Diz. Don't worry about it. Don't look them up. Definitely don't look them up. Look up Day Mouse instead. If you want to listen to Pogo, but you don't want to listen to Pogo, listen to Day Mouse. He made a bunch of Disney remixes and videos that went viral. Oh, Lana's just explaining who Homie is. Plunderphonics. I'll never get over that name. Yeah, indeed, Cyber. Here are some really good examples of Plunderphonics. My song, Flight Plan. Pogo's song, Upular. DDMS's song, Anything. Data Mouse released a song from a game I like, Beatmania 2DX. So the song is called Silly Love. You should check it out. Liana, says Cyber. Hello and good morning, Kiwi. Welcome to the morning medley. Any new stuff in the works, says Mystery Panda? If you're talking to me, yeah, there's always new stuff in the works. So here's the thing, Mystery Panda. And I'm still saying Mystery Panda like an idiot. It's Persona. It's Persona. It's Persona. Mystery Panda, I think I'm going to look that up because that might be a thing. You might be like opening up a weird nested memory that I had. What scent is that candle? I don't know. White? I think it might be white scented. No, I think it's lemon something. Lemon? Citrus? It's definitely a citrus. I haven't burned it in a really long time. Bacon and toast, if you're going for something simple. Says King Cake. Word. They're talking about breakfast now. I'm going to go back up a little bit because somebody said something that I was on. I was naming Plunderphonic songs, but I lost it. Somebody said something I was talking about. My bad. Oh yeah, somebody said what's in the works. Okay, so and it was mystery, which is why I was on the whole Mystery Panda and thing. So mystery, that's what's in the works. Mystery. I put out a video accompanied by a song every Tuesday. Mystery. So I don't know what you do or who you are. I don't know where you come from. I don't know who you think you are. I don't know what you do. If you're an artist, that's actually really dope. But making the songs takes a pretty long time. I would say it takes about 3 days to make the song, and then it takes about 3 days to make the video if I'm working consistently, which means it's roughly a week. So when you ask if there's anything new in the works, yeah, I'm working on Quarantine number 9. That's in the works. Also, I'm always working on stuff, right? I'm always working on music. Does this mean that it's an album? Not necessarily. Does this mean that it's a EP? Not really, or a mixtape. It's just I'm always kind of working on stuff. Mystery. I know that this is kind of in direct, what's the word? In direct opposition to the typical workflow of artists. I feel like there's a lot of times, especially with producers, where I feel like I'll see a tweet where homie's like, yo, finally back in the studio, this is sick, the juices are flowing, baby, I'm writing that fire right now. And I'm like, whoa, how long? How long has it been since you were writing stuff? They're like, oh, I haven't written anything in like 6 months. I'm like, holy crap, what the heck, I can't do that. It's really hard for me to do that. So when you say, is there anything new in the works? It's like, yeah, I work on music literally every day. It doesn't always end up becoming a song or an album or a performance or a live thing, but I work on new music every day. So yes, there is new stuff in the works, and the new stuff is music. But if you needed more specifics, Mystery, I'm working on Quarantines number 9 because I'm alive, and at this point I've kind of locked myself into this really weird doomsday clock that starts ticking every Wednesday morning, where I have to start next week's quarantine. So yeah, I'm working on that. I'm working on that. Sophia says I used to have a lot of lavender scented candles. I can't do lavender scented things anymore because reasons connected to people in my past. So I can't burn lavender scented stuff. It makes me angry. Also, lilac scented stuff makes me kind of angry. But both very good smells. I do like lavender ice cream. There's a place close by that sells lavender ice cream. I love floral drinks and desserts. Rose, lavender, elderflower, things like this. Things like this. Diz says, go into the belly of the beast later. And they clarified that the belly of the beast is actually Walmart. I went to Walmart yesterday. I got a new router yesterday. So hopefully the OBS streams might actually be a thing more sooner than we think. Sooner than me think, actually. I still am going to probably buy a mic, though. I want to have an official mic, so I'm not using some, like, doo-doo mic. So, still a little bit of time to wait on that. But, you know, things are coming into shape. Things are coming into form. Things are taking shape. Mystery says, not gonna lie, I got scared. When he said, don't know what you think you are. I was like, oh, no, I was just joking, Mystery. I'm sorry. I don't think that I actually get, like, truly, angry in the streams. That would be weird. That would be embarrassing for me. It wouldn't even be offensive for you guys. It would just be embarrassing for me. I would have to delete the stream. But I don't think anything happened in the stream that would make me angry. Most of you guys know who I am. If I do like if I do a Periscope stream, I do have to start like straight up ignoring comments because people will say some like really flagrant stuff. People get really foul on Periscope. Okay, this next song. Sorry, I took a little break. This next song is called French Lavender. Actually, you know what? I'm going to work my way into French Lavender. I'm going to start with some songs that I don't really play that much anymore. See if you guys remember some of them. They used to be like pretty integral parts of my improv, but now they've since become relics of the past because I've started working on new stuff. Kiwi says I went to the smoke shop the other day and they had incense that smelled like doo-doo caca that got covered by somebody's spray and doo-doo caca still lingering. Well, I hope you didn't purchase these things because that wouldn't be good. That wouldn't be good. A waste of money. Ava says, I was trying to think of a thing to say to make you mad and couldn't make myself do it even as a joke. You know, all I could think of was your face is stupid. Word up, Ava. Oh, that's really sweet. Well, I mean, I think that word insults don't hurt me. Words don't hurt me. It takes a little bit more. It takes a little bit more. I get insulted by pretty wild things. For example, I'm not gonna say who, but I had an old roommate who this an old improv. Holy crap, all the way to Long Island. Yikes. Wildflowers. Here's the thing. I wouldn't say that any of my roommates have been particularly monstrous people. Ooh, that's not where that chord progression was supposed to go, but it sounded pretty. Oh crap. Hold on, hold on. I like that. I like that. Something that I learned when I moved out of my home and started getting roommates, which I've had quite a few by this point because I live in Los Angeles and hardly anybody can afford to live alone. So, something I learned when I started getting roommates was that I'm actually very clean. I grew up, and because of the way my mom would talk to me and the things she would say to me, I thought that I was going to go out into the world. And this isn't that she was saying anything mean, but my mom liked things to be clean. And I assumed that when I went out into the world was going to be clean, and I was going to be this weird gremlin that was like this nasty little man baby that couldn't take care of themselves. And I found the opposite was true. I found that if I'm living with, another adult, that just really simple things like, wiping the counter so that you don't have like toothpaste crusted all over it, or like wiping the hair off of something after you shave, or cleaning the bathroom literally ever is going to be like too much to ask for another adult. I don't know why this is a thing. I don't know. But I had my first roommate and I was like, oh, homie's like kind of like nasty, like homie's kind of filthy, but whatever. And then I had a second roommate and I was like, oh crap, another one? Wow, just my luck. And then I had another roommate, still dirty, and I was like, well, hold on. Is it just dudes? What if I got like a lady roommate and then I got one of them, still just as nasty, just a different kind of nasty. And I was like, oh, this is me. I think it's a me thing. I don't think it's that everybody else is wrong. Maybe I'm just like super clean and that's a problem. I like. I don't want to get into it, but anyways, I think that the one of the roommates, I'm not gonna specify which one, never said anything mean to me. But one of the things that would make me mad, like actually angry, not angry enough to yell, but deep in here, the anger, is I would tell them, hey, could you do this one thing? And they would say, oh yeah, sure, no problem, I got it. Oh, I didn't even know that was a big deal, my bad. And then they would just not do it. They would just actively not do it. I'm like, yo, can you like, you've lived here a year, can you like, I don't know, like take out the trash maybe one time? I feel like it's always me that's taking it out. Ha 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 ha. You know when you're saying something and you kind of laugh at the end of it because you don't want to make it sound too harsh. It's like, hey, could you like ever clean up after yourself? And they're like, oh yeah, I'm a slob, right? Oopsie. And you're like, yeah, oopsie, oopsie daisy. Please clean up after yourself. And then they just wouldn't. And I was like, oh, I'm like their mom. They moved in with me and they inherited a second mother. And now I'm the one that like cooks and cleans and takes out the trash and cleans the bathroom. It was a nightmare. But they never said anything that upset me. It was more of an action thing. I think behavior or like disrespect makes me angry. But you could say anything in the stream, but if you say something like ignorant, usually I'll probably just ignore it. But I won't get mad at you. And I also think that some people are just, since they don't see themselves as dirty, they can live that way and it's fine. And since I see it as dirty, it's like, how do you live like this? For example, Um, if somebody is leaving dirty dishes around, I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna wash the dishes. I mean, we're both adults. I'll wash my dishes, you wash your dishes. That's how it works. And so I won't wash the other person's dishes. And then I'll just watch the pile of dishes rise until there's like no more plates to eat out of it. I'm like, huh. Well, certainly they're going to see that there's no more plates and then wash the dishes. But some people, that's not how their brain operates. They'll see there's no more plates and then they just, will eat out of their hands or something. Like, oh, the automatic dishwashing machine, I guess, took a vacation. So I'm going to eat out of my hands. I had a roommate that, well, I don't think that this is a thing that was particular to my roommates. I think a lot of people that are lazy do this, but like they'll fill up the garbage until the garbage is full, and then they'll kind of like take trash to the garbage, and they're like, and they'll just put the garbage next to the garbage can, like they'll start a new pile of trash. I'm like, what the heck? It's right outside. Anyways, yeah, people confuse me sometimes. There's an interview of a flat earther online I listened to. I already don't like where this is going, Ava. I gotta be honest with you. There's only so many ways this comic can go. Ava says, and there's an interview of a flat earther online I listened to, and I'm a very empathetic person, and I just cannot grasp that line of thinking. Oh. Here's the deal with flat earthers. And I mean true flat earthers. I don't mean the ones that are just doing it to be contrarians, because a lot of flat earthers are just contrarians. Goodbye, Dar. Dar is leaving. Thank you for being on the stream, Dar. I do appreciate you for making the time on this Wednesday. Hopefully I'll see you in a future one. If somebody's being a flat earther just to be a contrarian, whatever. I mean, being a contrarian, I guess, is fun for some people. It was fun for me when I was like 13. I'm not 13 anymore. It's no longer fun. But for the people that truly do believe that the earth is flat, also, pause that. Thank you, Dar, for listening to Quarantines and watching them. I do really appreciate that. Going out of your way. Mm-hmm. But the people that are like, yeah, Earth's flat, and they like really do believe it, I'm like, what an interestingly harmful belief. I mean, sorry, harmless. Oh, I already said it. Now it's going to be a soundbite. What an interestingly harmless belief. If you believe the Earth is flat, for the most part, you can kind of just like live your life and not do anything too wild. There might be some things that aren't open to you, or they're not options for you, but for the most part, it's like, yeah, I guess believe that. I don't care. It's like if somebody believes that there are people on Venus just chilling, like Venus is like just as populated as Earth is, and it's some big conspiracy to make it seem like it's barren, I guess believe that. That's fine. Like it doesn't, as long as you can still make it to work every day and pay your bills, believe in the Venetians is what I imagine they would be called. And that's what you call people from Venice. If you were from Venus, Venusians? I don't know. But I think that flat earthers are fine. And me also being really empathetic, I try to do that. I try to play devil's advocate every now and then. I think that people that are flat earthers, I want to say you have to not be well traveled to be a flat earther, but I could be wrong. Maybe there's a very well-traveled person that's a flat earther. Oh, play a little chicken soup. Oh, hi, Mom. I can never tell when my mom's in the stream. I can never tell when anybody's in the stream, actually, unless they start talking. The chicken coop song, the chicken soup. You know what's funny? There's a song called Chicken Soup by Skrillex and I can't remember the other dude's name. I'm so sorry, other dude. I feel like you did a lot of work on that song. I'm sorry. I think there's a song called Chicken Soup that has like similar nonsensical lyrics, but mine was called Chicken Coop. No, it starts higher, doesn't it? song takes a long time to like get started. To get to the part where the lyrics come in. Chicken coop. Was it chicken coop? Chicken coop, loop de loop, hula hoop, noodle soup. I have to say, when I was making that song, um, I was thinking of you, Maddie, because I know how much you look forward to the quarantunes, and I was like really grinding that song out. I don't want to make you feel guilty, but I was like really late last night. I was working on it, and I fell asleep with my laptop in my lap, and then I woke up the morning of, and I made the lyrics the morning of, which is why they're all nonsensical. I was like, I can spend a decent amount of time making actual lyrics of this song, or I can just make up some really quick rhymes that all have like roughly 3 syllables. And so um, that's what the basis of it was for chicken coop and hoop de hoop, loop de loop, hula hoop, chicken soup, no noodle soup, chicken coop, whatever lyrics soup. Chicken coop, loop de loop, hula hoop, noodle soup, all night long, dusk till dawn. No, that's wrong. Nights and ponds, shooting hoops. That's so funny. You know what's weird? I did it all. I did all of that in 2 takes, and now I can't remember lyrics at all. I guess that's the nature of making music every week. You just make a bunch of stuff, and then you forget about it. Okay. Let me try. I'm actually gonna try. Hi, Larry. Goodbye, Larry. Um, I like that you used a wiener dog for the hula hoop image. I have a hot dog. Oh, word up, Leanna. The reason I used a wiener dog for the hula hoop image is because when I searched hula hoop on the PNG site that lets me download for free, it was the second image that came up. And the first image was just a red hula hoop, which looks like a circle. And so it wasn't very descriptive. And I was like, oh, they're going to love this. And nobody loved it except for you, Leanna. So I'm glad that I reached one person, at least, with the hula hoop wiener dog. Um, oh, thank you, Mystery. I almost said Panda again. Thank you, Mystery. I actually do appreciate that. And hello, Cause. Since Cause is on the stream now, I am going to play Flight Plan. But I actually do appreciate that, Mystery. I can tell you've gone back and listened to a lot of old stuff, so you have like a pretty decent gauge of like where the music has changed, where it's gone. Welcome back, Larry. Chicken coop, loop-de-loop, hula hoop, noodle soup, all night long, dusk till dawn, chess and pawns, shooting hoops, gotta grow, ebb and flow, plates are whack, use a bowl, cash for gold, dig a hole, easy come, easy go. Okay, I remember it now. I remember the lyrics. Chicken coop. No. Chicken coop. Loop-de-loop. Hula hoop. Noodle soup. All night long. Dusk till dawn. Chess and nights and ponds. Shooting hoops. Gotta grow. Ebb and flow. Plates are whack. Use a bowl. Cash for gold. Dig a hole. Easy come, easy go. This are these your quarantine lyrics in the new video? Yeah. Oh, have you not seen it, Dark Row? Yes. Those are the lyrics to the new quarantine. Yo, who the heck is Larry? I like this person. I like that their name's in all caps. That's dope. My favorite sea animal, I think, is a sea butterfly, says Sophia. I don't know who asked that, but that's a very good question. I don't have a favorite sea animal. I don't have a favorite anything, but if I'm going to name five dope sea animals off the top of my head, I'm going to go with sea lion because of its name and its name only. And then dolphins are pretty dope. They're really smart, right? What's that, too? Uh, Sperm whale's a pretty good one. Just a funny shape. I think they look funny. I thought they were cartoons for a really long time. I didn't know they were real. Otters are dope. I actually do like otters, unlike the sea lion thing. One more, I'm gonna say manta rays. I like manta rays. That's funny, Cyber. I get that joke. Cyber. I didn't have otters either, or narwhals. I'm better animals, apparently. Oh. Cause is terrified of most sea animals. I get it. I'm gonna start flight plan over again. I'm sorry. For someone says your music reminds me of autumn. All the pumpkin spices, cool breeze in middle school, me watching Cartoon Network. Wow. Very descriptive, mystery. What was autumn to me? I grew up in Arizona, so autumn wasn't always very picturesque. But I did like autumn because autumn was when you went back to school. And when you're young, that's really all you have to look forward to, I guess. Diz is leaving. Goodbye, Diz, and thank you for being on the stream. But welcome, Omar. I didn't see you in here. Wow, thanks, mystery. I'm trying to think of what's an artist whose music encapsulates joy for me. Because it's definitely not my own. I mean, it can't be. Maybe Stevie Wonder. I was listening to Stevie Wonder a couple of days ago, and I remember thinking, like, this. It's weird that that dude made as much good music as he did. Like, obviously, he has like his like hits, but even if you kind of go outside of the hits, the songs were solid. I don't know. It was written a couple years ago. A couple years ago, while I was on a plane. I don't remember where that plane was going. Oddly enough, the flight plan song. I don't remember where that plane was going. Possibly New York though. If it was 2017, I did fly to New York a few times in that year, and I didn't leave the country. No, I did. No, I did leave the country that year. I went to Canada. Okay, Ava says, I've had plans for months to visit my friend over Memorial Day, and now I don't know if I should go or not. Traveling feels weird. I wouldn't go. I wouldn't go, but I mean, I'm not you. Do whatever you want, but I mean, unless your friend is going to disappear and the time approaching, I'm sure they'll be there after, maybe after this hullabaloo is over. Spring is on the day of my birthday. The first day of spring? Is that what you're saying, Larry? Spring is on the day of your birthday? That's a very good segue into this next song. This next song actually has nothing to do with spring, but it is called Spring Street. It's just named after a street that I used to spend a lot of time on in downtown Los Angeles. She got a new house and I was gonna help paint it, says Ava. But this is a good excuse. I mean, if you can use the pandemic to somehow get out of work that you promised to somebody, I support that. New pastimes during the quarantines is saying like, hey, this is a thing that would have been happening right now. People are doing it for fan anime, but I feel like in a couple of months when AX would have been happening, Anime Expo, there's going to be a lot of really sad posts and people posting photos of themselves at it last year. You actually missed the Signals medley. I played all the songs from Signals, except for this one, in 70s Downtown earlier in the stream. Yeah, Cyber, let me know how your fried chicken comes through. Now that I know how to accurately fry chicken, especially make it spicy, it's sad because it's all I want to eat. It's like all I want to cook, but I can't. You can't have fried chicken every single day. I might die or like implode or something. Well, I hope you're faring okay, Jordan. This is true, Kiwi. That song's called Spring Street. Once again, Larry says the one thing I want is McSpace Donald's. I haven't had McDonald's in quite some time. I'm actually kind of proud of this. I don't enjoy McDonald's. McDonald's is usually like a last resort thing. It's something I eat if everything else is closed or out of my price range, and or if I'm in a foreign country. That is a thing. Going to a foreign country and eating McDonald's, I'll never fault anybody for that. McDonald's tastes different abroad. If you have Canadian McDonald's or Japanese McDonald's or Korean McDonald's or British McDonald's or French McDonald's, not only are they significantly better tasting than American McDonald's, but they're also significantly different from each other. Japanese McDonald's and French McDonald's do not taste the same at all. Okay, that wraps up the signals portion of the morning medley. We do need to still go over some last minute questions. If you have any of your last minute questions or comments, now would be the time to bring them up while I go over a little bit of news. Hold on that. Ava says Japanese KFC was okay. Japanese Pizza Hut was amazing. I'm kind of afraid of Japanese pizza. A friend ordered pizza for me while I was in Japan and it had corn on it. And ever since then I've been kind of iffy on Japanese pizza, but I'm sure it was amazing. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And as far as Japanese KFC, there's only so much you can do to KFC to make it good. I think Japanese KFC is a lot better than American KFC, but that's not saying a lot, is it? Chinese Burger King was pretty similar, just spicier. Well, that's the one thing Burger King's missing is some friggin' spice, so that sounds dope, actually. As far as news, every Tuesday, guys, I put out a thing called Quarantunes. Quarantunes is a amalgamation of video editing and improvisation and speed writing. Let's just go ahead and throw that into the mix, because writing a song and then shooting a video and then editing a video is every 7 days is what I would call speed writing. I don't know how quickly you guys write or what you consider to be fast, but for me, the turnover or the turnout of 7 days is pretty high. It's a pretty high intensity turnout frequency. Darkrow says, would you ever consider making MIDI files? I have made MIDI files. Usually when I'm working with somebody, I will make MIDI files. Because it's just easier to transfer data this way. If you're asking me if I'll make MIDI files and then just release them to the public, probably not, unless I was doing some type of like splice pack or something where I was giving out samples or selling samples more accurately. And so I'm probably not going to be making MIDI for any of the songs that I have right now that I'm working on, unless you're somebody that's like a privileged party that needs them in order to work with me. Very good question, though. Very good question. As far as Quarantunes, I make a song every 7 days, and on Tuesday is the day that I've decided to upload them. So if you go back at least 8 weeks, which is roughly 2 months, I've been doing it for 2 months. So, I guess happy 2-month anniversary to the Quarantune series. Thank you everybody for being very supportive of it. I was looking recently and I noticed people are way more supportive of the uppity, funky dance songs than they are of the more heartfelt, serious songs. But I refuse to become a clown. So next week's is going to be probably a pretty chill song to keep a balance going, since this last one was pretty uppity. Pretty bouncy, pretty lively. I've never been productive. This quarantine, bruh, says what I'm assuming is pronounced zooped. I've never been productive during the quarantine. I would say zooped, that a lot of people are kind of throwing around the language like, hey, don't feel like you need to be productive right now. Like, oh, America is a capitalist society. It's the only nation that's going to guilt trip you for not making things during an actual pandemic. I would kind of mimic some of these sentiments. I feel like you shouldn't feel the need to be productive. Honestly, I'm probably the wrong person to be giving this advice, but I feel you, Zoop, actually. I actually do. I feel you. As far as, like, being able to write and be super productive and be inspired, especially when you're spending the majority of your time inside, is difficult, right? Now, my album mixtape EP thing that I was working on, some of you guys will remember songs from it. Songs like Paper Heart, Paper Cage it was called. Songs like Bleed and Blame. those like funky disco house sounding future funk records I was making, those have kind of stalled right now. Like I'm taking some time because I want to figure out what direction to take them because I haven't felt very inspired. Now, for whatever reason, in my workflow, Zoop, I'm able to like compartmentalize like work and play, or no, let's not say work and play. Let's say work and passion, right? If I'm working on something, I can kind of like delegate it to a mindless part of my brain that it's like a worker ant part of my brain, right? So making quarantines is almost, not quite, but almost Zoop, like me washing dishes. I kind of just throw chords together, and I'm not really putting too much weight on them. I don't make a quarantine and go, oh, if people don't like this one, oh, what a failure. A lot of the quarantunes that people have liked, there have been some that they didn't, right? Because I'm just putting out whatever I can in every 7 days. Once Tuesday gets here, it's kind of like a pencils down moment where it's like, hey, I don't love this thing, but it's Tuesday, so we're gonna put it out. It's just to keep the rust off, right? It's to keep my brain from like atrophying artistically. Now, when we're talking about actually being productive and doing passion stuff, I haven't felt really inspired since I want to say early February um, to make anything that meant anything, that said anything. If you go and listen to something like Vanilla, the chords to and the lyrics to Vanilla, I was really trying to get a point across. A lot of it was fueled by experimentation, and even the lyrics in it were very experimental lyrics for me at the time. And so that came from work and inspiration and grinding out like a creative flow. Now, if you take that and you compare it with what I put out yesterday, Chicken Coop. If you listen to Chicken Coop, it's just a lot of like jazz chords that don't necessarily go anywhere. They're just fun to listen to. Something that I probably wouldn't put in a song of mine. Like if you listen to actual recorded Omni Boy music, it doesn't have that. It doesn't sound like that because that's just like me improvising. Usually my recorded songs have a little bit more thought put into them. So again, if you take Vanilla and you put it up next to Chicken Coop, it's just kind of me throwing out some chords, me throwing some funky rhythms, me like shaking and gyrating around my room, and then literally writing down nonsense as lyrics. There is no story, there's no narrative, there's no heart in those lyrics. But they can be fun if you want them to be. I was listening back at the lyrics and I was like, yo, if somebody really wanted to, they could make sense of these lyrics. Because there are parts that sound like they mean things. If I was like, if I was Homie from Radiohead, what's his name? What's Homie's name? What's Radiohead dude's name? Come on, guys. One of you guys got it now. This is a tragedy. I really can't think of it. This isn't a joke. This isn't a drill. Wow. Well, until somebody tells me, I'm just gonna say Richard McVelly. What? No, the dude, the singer, the dude in Radiohead. What's his name? What's his name? Cause, help me. Why is no one helping me? Why are you quoting me? I have no clue who you're talking about. What? Oh, Tom York. Thank you. Tom York. Okay. Thanks, guy. So, I think if Tom York had a song, and he said, chicken coop, loop-de-loop, hula hoop, noodle soup, all night long, dusk till dawn, nights in pond shooting hoops. Everybody would be like, ha ha, Tom, you're so funny. But then there's a pretty large sum of people that would go, you know, when he says nights in ponds shooting hoops, he's talking about the NBA and how they're basically just game pieces. You know, they're not even in control. It's the GMs and it's capitalist America that's really in control. Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, they're all just, they were pawns in a big game. They would try to make sense of it. But people know that I didn't put a lot of energy into those lyrics, so please don't try to make sense of them. It's just me trying for rhymes. I'm just fishing for rhymes. I wrote down the first thing that came to mind. That's not true. I really did want to use the word poop, but I didn't. Because, you know, I'm not 13. I'm not going to put the word poop in a song. So I went with a loop-de-loop, which some could say is equally as immature. Anyways, I have a new song out called The View. You can hear it on all major DSPs, but it did come out after my two EPs. I have two EPs that came out called Ego Death and Quick Breath. If you want to listen to some ambient music, I do have a full ambient record called Ego Death. We were talking about it a little bit in a couple streams ago, I think. And then Quick Breath is a little bit more upbeat, a little bit more house oriented. If you liked the Chicken Coop song, you might actually like Quick Breath. There's a lot of similar rhythms on the two. So those are my most recent releases: Ego Death, Quick Breath, and The View. You can hear them on Bandcamp, SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Google Play, Amazon MP3, Tidal, Groove, Deezer, Pandora, Napster, and YouTube. I think that's probably the most recent releases that I'm gonna have for a while. As far as like official Spotify releases, right now it kind of tied people over. I am doing the quarantunes to kind of keep having my, keep the creative muscle flexed during this quarantine time, because I don't think I want to put out like an album or anything really big that I'm not going to be able to tour with or perform out. So yeah, that's news as far as releases, news as far as merch and tour and stuff like that. We're taking a pause for the pandemic, so I'll let you guys know when that changes. Whoa, isn't that the chords from that one song? Whoa, I mean, I don't think that's exactly it, but I think I accidentally played a song. Isn't that, that's just the way it is. Wow, I think I might have figured out a song. That's kind of funny. Wow, Kiwi knows what I'm talking about. This gal knows what I'm talking about. Anyways, that's actually really funny. No, I enjoyed that. That completely sidetracked me. I'm sorry, y'all. But that's it as far as news. For the people that have been supporting the quarantunes, thank you. I really do work hard on them. When I was making this last one, the chicken coop one, there was a point when editing that video, when I was editing myself like eating the other videos. If you haven't seen the video, what I'm saying is making no sense, but there's a part of the video where I edit myself eating videos, and when I was doing that, it didn't line up the way I wanted it to, right? My laptop takes a really long time to render these videos. It can take upwards of an hour sometimes. And I had rendered the whole video and then found that I had some stupid mistake with me eating the video. So I had to go all the way back and redo it, which took a very long time. It was very frustrating. And while I was waiting for it to render the second time, I thought to myself, this isn't an album. This isn't an EP. Nobody's really waiting for this. And I'm not getting paid to make this. But I'm putting so much work into it. And I think I don't know where that work ethic came from. Because in school I was very apathetic, but now it's like I've spent so much time and effort, hours, into basically just jokes, and I'm happy because that's where I used to be. Back before money was made with my music, I used to spend a lot of time making things just because I wanted to see things be made. I was just inspired. And then somewhere along the way, it became a thing where I didn't want to do it unless there was going to be a certain amount of likes or dollars behind it. And I think I'm kind of getting back in touch with just doing things for the passion of it, which is kind of nice. So for those of you that have been supporting Quarantunes, I do thank you, because that truly is just a passion project for me. It's just something that I enforced. I told myself that I needed to put them out every Tuesday, and I said they were going to be called Quarantunes. Nobody really gave that to me, so thank you for supporting kind of just like a fun thing that I want to do. That's very nice of you. Sky says, when did your closet get so empty? Oh, my closet was always like this. The racks on my closet are on the side, so you can never really see anything looking straight on into it like that. I think I prefer it that way. I think I like it that way. We're gonna wrap a few of these last minute comments and questions. Cyber says, well, it's true that the loop de loop is just a juvenile as poop. You could definitely argue that loop de loop is much less crude and more whimsical. I think that's why I went with it, Cyber, because while it is immature, it errs on the side that I like of crude. I think things that are crude I try to shy away from. I think the only time I've ever actually been crude in a song is Amnesia, and I've since tried to keep those things out of my songs. Okay, Maddie says, since Omni worked so hard on these quarantines, everyone have a working Wednesday. Everybody should have a working Wednesday. I have a lot of work to do today, so I'm going to particularly be able to own up to this, Maddie. Thank you. Okay. I'm back before the stream is over, says Dar. Thank you for coming back for the very end of the stream. I appreciate you. You did miss the closing song, but you were here earlier, so I still appreciate you for doing so. Hope everyone has a good day, says Leanna. Thank you, Leanna, for that. I'm glad I was able to play doublets for you and Jumpin' Jaybird for Maddie. That's it. Dar says, wish you'd just make videos about you talking about things, like your IG stories. Oh, I mean, but that's what the IG stories are for. I wouldn't do that on YouTube. Oh, that would be disgusting. Like, portrait shot videos of me talking about nonsense. I appreciate you, Dar, for all your support and that you would like that, but, I mean, that's what my Instagram's for. Go there. This is for business only. Soothsayer says, I'm not going to read that because it's going to make me embarrassed, but thank you for saying that, Soothsayer, and thank you for listening to and watching the quarantines. I appreciate you for doing so. Cyber's wishing everybody take care. I couldn't do vlogs, Sky. I actually did vlogs. If you go to my Instagram, my most recent photo post, or 2 photos back, is a photo screen cap of my old vlogs on YouTube that I've since taken down. They weren't very interesting. You guys aren't missing much. I didn't have a very, oh crap. Mystery. Oh, Mystery donated some money. Thanks, Mystery. Mystery, I might break a code. Do you want to hear anything, Mystery? Since you've given me $10, this is the price of my fealty. Would you like to hear anything before I end the stream? Because this came at the very end, right? Crap. Oh, my animations. Wait, Sky, did I show you my Flash animations that I used to make? Did I show you those, or did I hold them back from you? Because I don't show them to people. Did you actually see them? Oh crap, I did show them to you. Let's never speak of those again. I used to animate things, guys, and that's the last you'll hear of it. Wait, did Mystery say what they want? Mystery wants to hear Button Willow. Mystery, I can't play that on piano. I can't play it. Wait, hold on. I can't play it on piano, but... How do I know how to play that? I guess once it's in you, right? I guess if you make it, you never really forget it. That's funny. I can try to play like a weird acoustic version of it. Hold on. The problem is that song has no... it has no melody until that thing comes in. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. I might have to start playing Button Willow in the streams. I might have to, you know what? You might be onto something. Mystery, I might make an acoustic version of Button Willow, because I have made acoustic versions of songs before that are hard for me to perform in the stream. For example, like Close Down, I have the... No, that's not it. I have an acoustic version of Button Willow. Yeah, I'll try to. Oh, thank you, Maddie. I'll try to make an acoustic version of Button Willow for you. How about that? How about that, Mystery? Thank you again for your donation. I appreciate that. I'm gonna eat with it today. I'm gonna use it to buy more panko breadcrumbs for my for my spicy chicken. Music box favorite next streaming lady says Kiwi. And since I did play another song, I do have to replay Hush Hour. I'll make it quick, guys, or at least I'll try to, because I know we've gone over, and you guys have already said your farewells. So this is, if anything, rude. But I don't like ending the stream on a song that's not Hush Hour. Goodbye, Sky. Love you too. I hope to see you sometime soon. Have a good day at work. Hi, Isha. Welcome to the end of the stream. That song's called Hush Hour. I wrote it while I was in Hong Kong. If you would like to go to Hong Kong, I recommend it. Preferably not when they're on strike, because things can get a little dicey, but probably it's dope right now. Maybe. I don't know. Maddie says, everyone stay safe and healthy if you can, and eat something yummy. I definitely plan on it. I'm starving. Word. Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for being respectful to me and polite to each other. It's the internet, so that's, never taken for granted here. Especially in YouTube. There's some pretty wild YouTube comments. I'm not encouraging you guys to look for them, but I have had to delete some pretty wild comments. Just flagrant stuff, guys. Really flagrant stuff. So thank you for being respectful to me and polite to each other every morning here on Morning Medleys. I will hopefully see you for tomorrow's stream, which is stream number 140. We have done 140 streams so far on YouTube. Now, I know every 10 streams I do a live OBS thing. I actually am going to try to set that up sometime tonight. If something happens tomorrow and the stream doesn't work out, I do apologize, but I am going to try to set it up. So a stream is going to happen tomorrow regardless at 9 a.m. But I'm going to try to make it a production stream. I'm going to try. But I'd say there's like a 10% chance it works out. 90% chance this is where we're going to be tomorrow. We're going to be doing the piano thing. And then for maybe 150, I'll be able to have the fully screen captured, realized OBS stream. So, what the heck? So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow for that. Yeah, thank you, Cyber, for all your help. I'll let you know if Oh, okay, false alarm. We're good. They're not real cops. We'll let you know. I'll let you know if I need help with that. Thank you again for being so helpful during these trying times. And thank you, Maddie, for the good luck. Abo, everybody. See you tomorrow morning. Yeah.